All right, there we go. It is finished, and it's nice and cold. That's how you like preserve the aroma. Like when it's nice and cold. There's like this one video that I saw of coffee. Like there's like coffee enthusiasts, and there's an event where they all met up. And one of the ways that they prepared coffee was by taking frozen metal or like glass, like as a little sphere, and they would pour the coffee over this thing. And so effectively it would just somehow chill it and then keep the flavor in, which kind of works, honestly, because the flavor is really nice when you do it this way. It actually tastes more like the way it smells that way. Like you preserve all the aromas. It's very nice. See, here's the thing. I'm the type of person who doesn't like eating or drinking. So if I have to drink something like this, it has to be either butt ugly and fast or very nice and pleasurable.
Okay. Makes sense why you'd say it now, because it's good and it's pretty quick.
It's delicious. So good. It's great, great, great. I'm ready to finish with this afterwards. See what else is happening.
I see Kamala said about everyone has to be woke or something like that. That's kind of ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's like,
Serious?
Yeah, I can link you
It was insane. I mean, I couldn't believe my ears.
Wait, what did she say? Okay, first it was cloud computing. I can understand that.
Yeah, she's just saying we have to be woke or something like that. That was what her quote.
Send me clip. I want to see.
Sure. We have to stay woke. That was her exact quote. I'll send you the clip right now.
He was asking, like, how do you defend against bird swarms? Well, kind of the same way that you defend against birds, if you thought about it. Like, how do birds, imagine you're being attacked by a bird. What do? Like, what kind of infrastructure, what kind of stuff do you want to have on you that prevents bird attack? Well, then, first of all, you have to consider what places usually are prone to bird attacks. Well, people on bicycles in various places where there are territorial birds. I've seen some of these places. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah, so that clip, it's from 2017. It's an old clip.
An old clip. There we go. Just said and old are very different things. Be careful when breaking the news.
Okay.
My accuracy rating has been like up a little more. Recently, when it was breaking news before, I started doing that. I had at least one community note from this. Recently, there have been none. So my accuracy go up. Generally, I never spread anything unless I've really looked at it for a decent amount of time. I actually read up on it. Is it plausible? Does it make sense? Does it all make sense? Everybody else looks at the information and immediately starts retransmitting it. I'm like, no. First read, then you say. It's like with articles. Hey, do you want to read this article before you post it?
Well, I didn't know about that. I just saw it. I didn't know, but Elian said that that's
It happens.
where it's from. It was like in the zenith of BLM.
Yeah, that would not surprise me. Going with the times. But yeah, defend against birds. One way to do it is spikes. I think the Russians are doing this with their tanks as well, where they have like sheet metal, like all around their tanks, and they have these long nail-like structures pointing outwards. So the drone itself would not do more damage than it would have initially done if it were directly next to the tank itself with the split payload. I'd imagine also fishing line would be very effective, given that it's very difficult to actually see. Not things that invoke fear, but things that you actually can't see. There's certain types of obfuscation that you can do. There are actually these types of machines that create smoke that jams. You can use that. That will be very annoying for drones because you can't see shit and nothing gets through. Signal jammers. That's why I said you need onboard compute. You need the drones to function as an actual swarm, where all drones communicate with one another and act like an ant's nest. Like a hive, rather. You need some sort of hive mind thing where the responsibility and the goal is shared within this one network that builds itself up of the various many drones. And you need to find out somehow how ants communicate in a sense as well, and see how you can replicate that. And there you go. Now you have a drone swarm. Now you can think about how to defend against that. Even the autonomous ones. Like you always signal jam so much. And why is everyone posting AI videos now? Like trades and shit. Looks whack. Oh my god. The meme.
Which one?
The Yusuf Zedek one.
Yeah, it's a heavy hitter, I think.
It is.
It needs a special moment and special time.
I think that time is right the fuck now. Where is the meme? There it is. Share.
Oh shit.
Mm, what's the username again? Ah, there it is.
Nice meme, bro.
You dropped it?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Fantastic.
I don't see it.
Right, everybody go like and repost this thing. I just said it in a nutshell because it's so stupid because it's the only thing that anyone ever remembers of the Olympics.
That's actually profound.
I mean, isn't that the nature of the meme?
In a nutshell, that makes sense.
Exactly.
These nutshell.
What's my like the shelling of? Not specifically. So
These.
I swear that one response was wild. Like, what community, what 7K community is Adrian talking about? And then Wiggle just said D's, and then that guy responded saying, "Ah, thanks, good to know." Was like, what did he say? Good to know that I'm in the right nutsack. I'm like, dude, that's wild.
That's wild for sure. You know, and you don't see like the comments, like heavy comments often. They typically kind of, piggyback off the main post. But that one, the weight of it was heavier than the post. Is it braking velocity or no?
Mic check.
Mic's working.
Yeah.
Are there any internet issues? Like, how much of what I said actually came across?
All of it, pretty much. Just at the beginning of the space there was, but yeah, the rest of it was fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Man, the entire world just figured out that this guy has a massive package. It's a lot to offer.
Yeah.
It's a very nutty situation there, I swear to God.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's like he lost the Olympics, but he won the war.
Yeah, it's nuts being victim.
He lost, but at what cost? He won somehow, in some way.
It's nuts kind of won.
I don't know. Have the Olympics ever been this weird? Is that just me?
It's the meme Olympics.
Has it always been this way? Have I not noticed this? Has this been suppressed?
Yeah,
Like,
most mimetic.
I don't remember the Olympics being like this. I don't remember the opening was this weird dancing shit and this fucking supper, whatever that shit is, the garbage.
No, but
I thought that was strange, but then you see like shit, the rest of the shit happening. I mean, you had this as the opening and you have this as the fucking finisher. I mean, let's fucking go.
remember the guy
Honestly.
polite on the resume?
Absolutely, yeah, that was, oh. I swear the Olympics were an exception in all the wrong ways, I think.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception, of course, that we have a new meme on the block now, which is Yusuf, who is actually cool, in my opinion. That guy, my friend, that guy deserves to be a meme.
Yeah.
That guy deserves to be a meme. 100%.
The memes, yeah.
Because he became a meme as a result of his pure fucking determination and skill.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love that. The hog tour thing is a shitty sexual joke, right? So I think many people can agree that Yusuf, I think Dikek is his actual, Dikek. If that's correct, I'll have to look up the language to ascertain whether or not the pronunciation is correct. But this guy, he became a meme for the skill. That I think is cool.
Oh yeah.
Who fucking took a shot at the distance without special glasses and his hand in his fucking pocket. Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. Like the casual posture,
yeah. He went mimetic.
Yeah.
And then they put the videos out and shit of him scrolling to the feed, and my posts were there. That was so funny. It was so funny because that post that was there of the video, that shit got instantly fucked by the DMCA.
Wow.
It stayed up for 8 hours or something like that, and then it got a DMCA takedown just after it was seen by Yusuf. So funny. That is hilarious. Of all times too, and this somehow with this, I don't know, they were this anal about any footage being posted on the platform of the Olympics. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I posted a thing where this guy's dick impacted the pole, and that video itself, I posted it, I thought, oh, cool. So other people post the same thing after me. Then all those people started getting DMCA strikes. I'm like, okay, deleting this.
Yeah, good.
Oh, so
that's why one of my posts was gone.
You deleted it before the strike?
For that one, yes.
Wow.
Like I said, pay attention when I say it. But, yeah. Because, I mean, look, this I think is particularly weird because it kind of shows how weak they are financially if they have to go that far to censor every single piece of media.
True.
On the Olympics with this much prejudice. That's wicked. That is absolutely wicked. So unnecessary too, because I feel like that's just free advertising, you know?
It is, yeah, technically.
I mean, I really don't care about the Olympics. I couldn't give a shit less. It's moments like these that make it interesting. Everything else was kind of mid.
Mid.
You compare like the 2014 Olympics to this. Two different universes, man. Two different universes.
Mm-hmm. True.
Cannot be compared at all. Or like even Beijing, the Beijing Olympics, that was a display of culture. And the French, they have a very, very rich cultural history. And I think it's honestly, and I'm pretty sure a lot of French people will agree with me when I say this, but I think it did a very great disservice to the people to pull off the shit that they did.
What it felt to me is like, and I coined the term saturation of society. You know, it's like it's just oversaturated. Like it starts
with what?
Well, within like it's just I guess like a next level of stagnancy. I don't know, but it's just saturated.
No, that's just degeneration. I'll be like quite frank about that's just degeneracy.
Perhaps.
No, I think that's straight up degeneracy. I mean, come on, man. This is like, how is this at all? How is dancing half naked with potentially there being a visual of someone's nutsack out with children okay? How the fuck is that acceptable? Explain that one to me. Like, somehow explain to me how that is somehow societally acceptable. You'd have done this shit a couple of decades ago, they will have hunted your ass down. Now it's just like a fact of life. And this just sets a very bad precedent for society. This also trickles down then inevitably to the internet and what is shown on there. These people then feel emboldened by displays like this. Then releasing and or creating material of a very particular nature involving, say, children. This is why I call it a degeneracy of society, this particular display. Of course, you may have whatever sexual preferences. If you're gay, I respect you. I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do to yourself. A lot of my friends are gay. Some of my friends are trans. I accept them for what they are. They've made their life decisions. It's okay. But if you pull kids into this, that's where the fucking line is drawn. And there's no fucking crossing that. No fucking crossing that. Do what you want. Think what you want. I don't give but the ounce or the tiniest shit, and will call that out. That is not acceptable.
Yeah, that's a good point, because Olympics quite often watched, you know, with families and kids, and it may have.
So imagine you see this, you know, and it's not normal, right? If you are someone who has a different sexual preference from the initial norm, then it is obvious something that is a deviation. Will I cast you out for that deviation? Will I treat you differently? No. Or if you are a useful being in society, doesn't matter what your sexual preferences are. Just leave the fucking kids alone. That's where it's at for me. That's where it's at. I don't really care. You can do whatever you want to yourself, practice whatever you want.
Yeah, and I think
your responsibility. No one else's.
I think it touched deeply Elon because of, you know, his personal life experience.
Yeah. But for me, it just pisses me off because I'm a student of history, and I have great respect for the dead and for my forefathers and the forefathers of others, what they've sacrificed to get to a particular point, to get to a particular advancement and level of society. Can you imagine what it must be like for a war vet who went, to fight in the Vietnam War to come back and see this shit, what that must feel like to them? Dude, that's gotta be wild. Imagine what it will look like for us. Imagine if we were forced to fight for the ideals of the country, or even voluntarily did so because they're patriots. And then you see something like this that is the antithesis of whatever history you're fighting for. Doesn't that mean that your deaths, your sacrifices, the sacrifices of others are rendered in vain? I would say definitely that is the case. You can make whatever argument once again. You can make whatever argument you want against what I'm saying. But then again, I'm a student of history. And isn't it interesting? The parallels, of course, with Rome, wherein it too, as an empire, faced these exact issues that now various established countries and societies are also facing. And I believe most of us understand what happened next. Do we want that for ourselves today? Will we not learn from the past? I certainly hope we will. And I think economically, that lesson will be taught. And one day, if the people themselves do not run away from those places, they themselves will stand, once again, for the things that once were, and say enough is enough. But the terrible part of that is, everybody wants revolution. Everybody wants the conflict, because they don't understand its cost. I do not wish for such an outcome to ever occur, because I know what it causes. I know how much destruction it brings, how many hearts it will shatter, how many lives it will break. People don't get this when they're like warmongering. Like, I've seen so many people on like spaces and such, and they act all tough. Motherfucker, when the door comes to you, when the fucking war comes to your doorstep, you're gonna shit your pants, you little pussy. You don't know. People are saying, oh, we're gonna attack this, we're gonna attack that, we should do this, we should that, we should carpet bomb these people. It's like, these people obviously have no understanding of history. They understand conspiracy theories that are associated with supposed historical events to justify their biases, but they don't know war actually. They don't know a conflict actually, because they never lived it, never come close to it. And that, I think, is kind of sickening and very concerning, in my opinion, because the people who have been to actual wars themselves are two people who come back. The ones who left the war, but the war never left them, the broken ones, of course, and the ones who live with sanity long enough to tell the tale of how terrible it was. I know many such cases. Young, old, never changes. It's always the same. I know a guy who's a Canadian, and will not name their position, nor will I where they were stationed or what they did. But this is a person who was blown up and put together more times than he can remember. Or care to tell, like pains in every part of his body. He's a 30-something-year-old dude. And he told me in war, there are no heroes. They're only the survivors and whoever's left to write the story. The old people in the ivory tower. That's wild to me. That's wild. But that's how it always goes, right? I mean, think, well, how does that boil down to something as relatively, quote, relatively uneventful as an Olympics display, because it's all part of the same chain of events. It is just one of the dominoes to fall up until this last one. People don't see this. They think, oh, it's just one domino. Then it's the next, and it's the next, and it's the next. Eventually, it just keeps getting bigger. Then the big one falls. Then what happens? Is there a bigger one still? Or is there a small stack of, like, pieces of wood that then collapse? We've all watched these games, right? Put like one little domino there, you trip it, goes through this whole beautiful display, and then a whole big-ass structure collapses. That's how historical events work. That's how there are parallels and everything. Because reality is like a gigantic fractal, in a sense. It's weird how it works. Even decision-making is like a fractal. But to consider every decision you've ever made in your life, consider the alternate outcome of what that decision would have been like, and then keep dividing that into a decision tree. Effectively, what ends up happening is you start to see it is reminiscent of something like nuclear fission or an actual fractal. Just a little fun realization. But still, it is just one thing. It is always just one thing. But then there's the next, and 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 it doesn't stop until eventually something big happens. Is there like a natural conclusion to this? I'd say there is. There's one of the two that I've mentioned. There is either full-scale conflict, or it is just simply a shift wherein the cultural centers of the world are then abandoned. The ones with the strongest cultures, they will fight. If they are encroached upon, of course. And I think we've seen this many times, even with the wars in the Middle East. It is like that. It's unfortunate how that happens. It truly is. And no one ever learns. Because they'll just say, enemy, bomb. Say enemy, so let's bomb them to shit. Everyone does. Because they're not involved in the war. They look at it from like the third perspective, then they feel sorry for one side of the conflict, then some of the other, but they don't know either side. It's like, what's going on here? I find it very fascinating, But it is what it is.
You don't think lessons learned?
Sorry, what's that?
You said not like never learn. We never learn. You don't think lessons learned?
We define we.
I mean,
that's the thing. Oh, humanity always learns. It's a oblivious faction that could never grasp what those lessons are that causes the true problems. Wisdom is difficult to attain because it's, difficult. And if you have a society that's built around comfort, because it's easier, must be done this way, then of course you'll have oblivion. It is honestly fascinating to see how much the intellectual capacity of the human brain, and especially the younger generation, as a result of all the garbage they consume, has degraded. Not just fascinating, I think it's rather shocking, disturbing. I find that disturbing, actually. That's the most accurate way to put it. That kind of leads into all the other things I described, because perception and understanding and grasping of things.
But don't you think we need to fail to then learn and move forward?
No. Failure is a great teacher, but it's not the only one. Nor should it be. I don't think you have to experience a divorce, for instance, in order to understand that it's bad. I find that whole concept of, like truly, you won't understand how bad it can feel, but you will know it's bad enough that you shouldn't. That you should somehow take every course of actions you can to avoid that outcome. Because you know what could potentially yield. Not because you're knowledgeable to the exact extent of what it is like, but you understand what it could be like. And that is often sufficient. So no, not your failures, the failures of the past, ought to teach you. They are less abstract because they are less, quote, real. They're not here, but they will be soon if you don't learn from them, because you'll be doomed to repeat that same fucked up part of history for the same reasons. The fuck is this? Oh, that's wild. Hang on, let me see this. I'm noticing some stuff. No, not much.
What?
No, I thought I saw something. I'm gonna see what the payout for the next 2 weeks is, and then I'll decide whether or not to get an org account.
Oh well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of getting the max tier, or saving up to get a better computer, because that is also on the list. Needs better computer for more damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, more frames.
I would say the right to compute.
It's either that or just like, it'd be cool because there's a few people in mind that give like badges to, for instance. But what the fuck is this? Yo! Hmm. What the fuck? That looks weird. Interesting. Okay, no. Yeah, there's not much happening at the moment. Very cool down, because the, oh wow. Oh, here, guys, look. The fucking Cybertruck. towing things. It's kind of funny. Isn't it interesting how a truck can tow this much, but then somehow a thing that weighs less makes the frame rip off? It's almost as if the impact, the stress impact of smashing such a heavy car twice on a very sturdy material somehow had an impact. And then also, of course, making sure to leave some slack in the chain that's used to pull this thing so as to apply maximum stress and force onto the already compromised thing, but somehow make it snap off, because it's exactly what you don't do to the car. Right? It's almost like as if that would be the actual thing that caused that. You know, I kind of feel like it's funny. All these people made like next level fools of themselves because they all turned from like fucking analysts of finance into metallurgy experts overnight. Like, what?
So
How dumb are you?
40,000 pounds is like a 20. What is it? 20 ton. That's a lot of hull.
How much? How much is the? What did they use? Did they use an F-150 or F-250? I'm not sure.
You mean in the
Yeah, obviously, yes, yes. What's the weight of that car?
I don't know, like 6,000 pounds. F-150 or F-350?
Yeah. What did they use? I think it was F-150, wasn't it?
F-150. Let me check.
Then I'll make a post about this myself as well.
Yeah, so it depends on the config, but typically between 2 to 2.5 thousand kilograms, or probably 5,000 pounds, I would say. Let me check kilograms to pounds.
Yeah, give me a conversion
So it's
of freedom units to metric for both, please.
So 2274. That's maximum F1.
I'll just send it via text. Like, how much is that in tons? And the typical configuration would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. See, we're watching the live creation of news right now. Okay. What the fuck is this? Okay. That's the F-150, right?
Yeah, F-150 standard.
Can you give me the pounds? Okay, can you convert? Can you give me like the freedom units version of that and the metric version of the 40 pounds, please? 40,000 pounds?
Metric version of 40,000. Okay.
Yes, and freedom units of
What is freedom
150,
units?
please. Oh, I'm sorry. Imperial units, pound. It's freedom units, bro.
ESL here.
Oh, it's cool and pretty. Yeah, it's America. America. America.
America.
America. So yeah, a friend Ray always was pretty good at snowboard down off that. So it was absolutely, it was very funny. Yeah. So that's cool. What the fuck? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much can a F-150 actually tow? Mm,
13,000
nice.
pounds.
18.
That's what I got on. That's what Grok said anyway.
Can we get like an official website on that? Because Grok sometimes has its. Yesterday it told me was the 27th of July.
Okay.
So I'm being skeptical
Yeah, actually, it says 14,000
until the
on the
next version comes out.
actual website. Yep, I just found it.
4T or 14?
14,000.
14 only? Bruv. 14,000 pounds. Is that
Max
correct?
towing, yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, send that to me real quick.
Yep.
What is the maximum? How much can the Cybertruck tow?
Let me check.
So I need the 14 pounds in I need the 14 pounds in metric if possible.
11,000 pounds for the Cybertruck.
Is that the? Then how is it possible that this thing has just towed a 40,000 pound thing? Are we like sure that that's real?
Check another source. Let me see.
No, with Tesla, can you go to Tesla spec directly? If I remember, it was like 50,000, I believe.
I just checked
Correctly.
on the actual
Hang on.
Tesla.com/Cybertruck. It says 11,000 pounds towing capacity, like right there.
The fuck? So how's it? Okay, so hang on a second. How is this then towing 40,000 pounds? How do we know that? Okay, get me the conversion units for that while I search for the source of this video. Hold up. Thinking hat is on. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's see. Are there any watermarks? Wait, hold up. God, why does everybody rip footage like this, and why does it look so low fucking quality? If that's the max res, I think that could be the max res. Let's see. Oh no, here we go. Got it. Very nice. So we find these guys. Ah, get away. Okay. Bingo. Found the original source. What the hell is this? So this is the video itself is from 1 week ago. Where does it say it pulled the weight? So how do we know that this is how do we know this is 40,000 pounds? Like, where does he get the number from? Okay, we're gonna have to dig deeper into this, delve harder.
Let's delve.
Yeah, Dale.
Delving harder. Okay, okay, here we go. This is a little better. This thing is okay, so it's the 8,000 to 10,000 pound. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because hold on, we have to double check. We can't just like post stuff. I thought that was extreme. Let's see. Thing weighs 10K pounds. Why is it pulling it too fast? That's true. Wait, hold up. It weighs 6.6 thousand pounds. RAM 2050 mega cap weighs 7,000 pounds. Interesting. But it's based on GVWR.
Probably means it can pull like sustainably. That for like.
Yeah, but the question is, where did the 40K number come from? I need a source for that. I need to be 100% sure. I can't just like transmit something I don't know.
Okay. Right.
Like, where's the... Shows that...
Verdammt nochmal.
That's funny. Okay, cool. So I think if we look at okay. Okay. Oh, bingo. Class. No. We find poll champion. Cybertruck poll champion. This post from 9 days ago. Okay. Where's the actual? Whoa. I don't understand. Okay, so somehow this must have been. Okay, let me check the description of this video. It doesn't have a description. Fuck. Well, that's annoying. Okay, what about this one? This one's from 8 days ago. Let's check this one. Is it true? This video highlight video. This is old. No. It says nothing about the tonnage pull at all. So that number is made up, it seems. I can't find anything. Well, that's fucking disappointing. I hate it when people make stuff up. That's just... Like, how is the...
Okay, so
how did we come up with this number?
That video came from what is it, Instagram?
Yeah, of course, I know it came from Instagram. I already went through all of that.
Okay.
But it doesn't say the number there. So where did he get the video from?
wait.
I looked
On
at the description,
on the
checked all of that.
Cybertruck, you can
Not the
on
video,
the
sorry.
Cybertruck you can see like the name of the event. I think 1 sec. Boxel.
Mhm.
Vin Boxel. So if you search that, Van Boxel supply.
Mhm. Yeah, because can you search that real quick? Because I can. I'm still looking through this one
It could
extensive breakdown.
box.
What's this? What type of success delivery? I think give me the fucking history of the Cybertruck. I don't want to know the history. I know the history. I was there.
Oh no, that's just like a,
Fuck this.
I guess, advertisement.
This probably. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, hold up. Hmm. Hmm. So that name. So where did that number come from?